Happy Thursday evening. It's Cousins Corner live from the Parx Casino Sportsbook, where just in a couple days, the big game, this place will be hopping. Everybody get fired up for the big game, Seahawks and Patriots. And we're going to talk all about it tonight. We're going to dive into all the props, kind of get you set for everything with the big game with our man, of course, the brain. So, the Bet Parx, if you can't get to the Parx Casino Sportsbook, which is, as you know, a great time always when you get here, all the big screens behind me and everything else. If you can't get here, I urge you to download the Bet Parx Sportsbook online casino app. And here's the deal. They are doing something a lot of fun. For every $25 bet that you place on the big game, you're going to get an entry. And the entry is into a random contest where the grand prize, season tickets to the 2027 bird season. That's right. So how it works is new and existing customers, you place a $25 bet on the big game on Sunday, and there's going to be 50 people randomly drawn. Now, 49 of them will get Bet Parx bonus bets and the grand prize season tickets. And, of course, here at the Bet Parx Sportsbook online casino app, you're in 4 states, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, and Michigan. And you get your choice to birds, black and gold if you're in the western part of the state, Lions if you're in Michigan, Ravens you're in Baltimore. But, of course, we're in birds country, and that would be the grand prize winner. So you got to check it out. Download it. BetParx.com has all the details, right? So they're all hooked up for you. Check that out. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Now, here's the deal. Let us go over all of the props for the big game and the big game itself. Joining us now, the ambassador of the Bet Parx Sportsbook online casino app, our man, the great Brain. Good evening, Brain.
Anthony, it's funny. We've had these talks every single year, and we're like, man, where did the time go? We got one more game left, and then it's I mean, I hate when football ends. I hate it.
I know. I'm so with you, man. I can't find anything that I enjoy anywhere remotely close to it. It's funny. No, we always have the same conversation, but it's true.
It is. But Anthony, it's funny, and I don't mind if it's okay if we could start off the show talking a little bit about this, because I know when you had me on your show last week, and I said, I have a weird, crazy thing. I go, I don't know what the cost would be. If they could somehow get him cheap, I'd love to see the Sixers go for Anthony Davis. If it's cheap, Anthony, this was freaking 5 and below cheap. Okay? Like, this was like, they got the Thunder's first round pick, okay, which theoretically would have been McCain. They got the Rockets first round pick. So you can match that in 2 seconds. And they got a top 20 protected one. It isn't even a one if it's not in the top 20. As if it is in the top 20. So basically, you could argue this was basically saying, do you want the guy?
Right.
And I'm trying to understand. Again, the Luka Doncic trade was, I think you would agree, if not the worst trade in our lifetime, top 3. Okay.
Yeah.
1 year ago today, he got Luka Doncic, a 24-year-old in the middle of his prime. I'm not saying he ever should have gotten that, but if I'm a good team, I'm surprised Washington went that way, but I guess they've been bad for so long, Anthony. Maybe with him and Trae Young, they can be 500, which is, for their fan base, I guess, winning like 60 games. But if I was a good team like Philly that probably really needed that turbo boost, and if he stinks, if he's nothing, I'd say, okay, it's not my money, I get it, but it's just theoretically a salary you're paying. But when this guy plays, he's still probably a top 25 player in the world. And if you had gotten him for free, Anthony, why not? What am I missing?
I don't know. Yeah, I thought of you when I saw that trade go down. Nothing. I think I texted you right away when I saw it.
It's a pittance.
I don't know. I don't know. And again, you throw Paul George in there, so the money works, and Paul George being suspended actually works in their favor, right? Because you're trying to tank. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know. From what I gather, I don't even think they ever considered it.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. Then what? I want you to pretend you don't like Anthony Davis. What would be your reason for basically for taking him for so little? What would be your I want you to, because I can't come up with one answer where I say, now if this was costing you some obscene boatload, I'd say, all right, I get it. You know what? You can't do that. But we already showed he got a number 1 pick from the Thunder, which you just got the Rockets first round pick. So that beats that. Right off the bat, you're ahead of them. And a top 20 protected number 1, which if it's in the top 20, you don't get the pick. So you don't need to give them squadoosh. You can give them anything is better than that. I'm just trying to understand it. Why you wouldn't say, you know what?
I'm trying to look at, even the length of a year is not horrible.
Right. I'm trying to get it, Anthony.
I'm looking at the contract, right? The extension he signed was 3 years, $186 million through the 28th season.
Same as Paul George. You're
exactly.
comparing apples to apples, Anthony. You're upgrading your team. See, here's what I'm saying. You can't give me any answer.
No.
It's going to make sense.
No, I just looked. I just wanted to see. I didn't know how long. I'm thinking, well, maybe the contract is so out of whack. It's got length to it. I didn't know offhand. Yeah, no, I don't get it, brother. And they didn't even think about it.
But it just frustrates me because, and I know Maury always has that rule of 5 thing, right? If you have a 5% chance.
Right.
I'm going to say this comment to you. And the only thing I could ever say is if somehow that torn ligament, it's like, he probably isn't going to play for Washington this year. They don't want him to play, right? Because they don't want him to play. But unless you told me he's out for the season, even if he was out for the year, I still would have done it just because I'd rather have him for next year. But forgetting that. But if that was the case, I'd understand it. But if he's really would be able to come back in the next month or 2 months, who cares? I think that this team would be the most talented team in the entire East. And the way the Thunder are playing and the way Embiid's playing recently.
SGA's out for a little while.
Right. Why not take a chance? For years, you're not even taking a chance. That's the part that kills me. Dallas took a chance when they traded Luka Doncic. That was taking a chance.
Right.
This is saying we screwed up. We just want to pull Markelle Fultz, wash our hands of it. Carson Wentz, Markelle Fultz. We just don't. We want him off the roster. We don't want to see his name in the yearbook anymore. We just want to forget the Luka thing ever happened. And we're the Cooper Flagger. Have a nice life. We wish you well. They're getting at this guy for pennies on the dollar. And he's still been great. That's the thing that kills me. I'm sorry to harp on it. I haven't been able to stop thinking about this one.
No, you're right. You're listen, everything you say is right on. And in fact, let's just look at what this year has brought to him, right? So this year, I think this year he's averaging 20 and 11. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what in the world is wrong with that?
Yeah, I mean, again, and this is a guy
20 games.
He shoots 50% from the floor. He gets 3 assists. He gets close to 2 blocks. He gets over a steal a game. I mean, what do you? Again, and he's not crazy old. He's 34, I think.
He's 30. He's 34. I mean, you're talking about Paul.
He's 32. He's
right,
32.
Even better because you're talking about how it would be with Paul George, right? So if you're looking at this thing, it makes much more sense because you have wing options, right? Like you wouldn't have moved on from McCain,
right?
I mean, I just don't get it.
That's why I love it, Anthony. If you ever get the chance, I always say, listen, I may not agree with you. You may not agree with me, but sometimes you give an answer that you don't agree with it, but you can see their point of view. Like, you know what? I don't see it that way, but I respect your point of view and I see where you're going with it.
Yes.
I just don't see the point of view of, okay, we're better off keeping Paul George, who's shown at this point of his career, he's nothing more than a complimentary player. He's fine, but he's a complimentary player. I'm not insulting him. Who's sitting out the next 25 games, okay, or we can get one of the best 50 players in the NBA who's still, I use the word loosely, only 32, granted an old 32, but a guy who's way better than Paul George right now, fits what we're trying to do a lot more than Paul George, and it's costing us nothing. I just don't, I just wish I knew the answer of him and Joel hate each other, they can't play together.
I don't think, I don't know what it is. I mean, honestly, it must be not Maury's vision. Because if you look at it, he didn't go after any 4. So I guess it's not in his vision, and he doesn't want another 4.
It was free. It was free. That's the whole thing. It was free.
So let me ask you this: if you're the Knicks, why would the Knicks do it either?
I'll answer that. To my opinion, the reason the Knicks wouldn't do it isn't because they wouldn't want to do it. I would have to think the Knicks don't have the salary piece like Paul George. To me, the Sixers giving up Paul George, not to be nasty, is really kind of like whatever. I mean, he's a contributing player for sure, but Paul George is a massive upgrade. The Knicks, the guys making that money are Mikal Bridges, who's in his prime and a lot younger. Obviously, you're not giving up Brunson. Cat. Now, I personally would give up Cat because I just think Davis is far better. But I understand
and Embiid eats him up, eats him for dinner.
I could at least see how maybe they wanted to keep Cat over him. At least that's an argument I can't just throw out.
I mean, the more you talk about it, like listen, we've talked about this a couple times, and I think you're right every time, and your case is compelling and right, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to know if he's really more hurt. Maybe his thumb is really, really bad, and I would love it if you ever could find out. Well, here's why we didn't want him, and it's even if it's off the. I need to know.
I'm going to text. I got to text somebody.
This is killing me, just knowing how little the guy got in the trade, how little he got, because you basically it would have cost you McCain, Paul George, and anything better than basically the 21st to 30th pick in the draft, which you can get in 2 seconds. You can make that happen. It just wasn't costing you much. And if you leave it the way it's going to be, barring something unforeseen, Anthony, they're not going to win the title. If you had Anthony Davis, I'm just going to say they certainly could. And I would have found out for that asking price.
Yeah. I mean, what did Washington give up again?
They gave up literally all waiver wire players, and they gave up the Thunder's first-round pick. I don't know how they had the Thunder's first-round pick, but they do. So that's going to be pick number 30. Okay?
Right.
Pick number 30. So the Sixers got the Rockets' first-round pick, which is probably going to be, let's say, call pick 24. So right off the bat, you're beating that. Right off the bat. In fact, that pick in reality, let me comp that actually, Anthony. That's actually, let me take it back. That's actually kind of like the top 20 protected pick, because that's exactly what that is. Top 20 protected pick. If you're not in the top 20, they don't even get the pick. So if you're getting the 24th pick, that's more or less the best you're ever going to get. So then you just have to beat the 30th pick in the draft. The 30th pick in the draft. I mean, I'd rather have 2 number 2s than that. I'd rather have anything than that. I mean,
right.
I'm just saying they clearly
the 2s you don't have to pay. The 2s aren't guaranteed contracts. So
right.
They're free
I'd rather
shots.
have multiple 2s in the 30th pick. And so to me, if you wanted this guy and it was letting you get out of the Paul George, no argument's going to hold water because Paul George's contract is worse. There's nothing you can say as to why. And if fit-wise it made sense, it's killing me because I don't understand it. And I'd like to understand that.
I'm trying to find. I'm hoping to get an answer for you.
Yeah, just maybe
I have a buddy of mine.
You just don't know, or there's some rule that you can't trade Paul George. I don't know what it is.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me just see. I'm gonna text another guy. I gotta come up with an answer at some point.
It's just. It's funny, as crazy of the asking prices he got last year, which was like that was like one of those things that you thought it was April Fool's joke, right? How little he got this year was to me not as baffling because but I'd use the word baffling. I mean, it's just if I was I wouldn't have wanted him. Ironically, Washington, I'm shocked that's the team he went to, but I guess they've been bad for so long. Maybe they just want to get a 40-win season just to get something going. But if I was a good team like the Sixers, and I could have swung for the fences there,
especially since you wanted nothing to do with, like, you need rebounding so badly. Maybe it's the tax, but you're still paying George, so I don't know how that would work.
Did you see what's his name got in? Did you see what Zubac got in the trade?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he got 2 high number ones.
Yeah.
And Mathurin, who would score 25 points a game if he was getting minutes. Like,
yeah.
That he got that he got a lot more. Now I take Anthony Davis 7 out of 7 days of the week over Zubac. The league disagrees with me. Now Zubac is good. I like him.
He's available, is what he's durable and available.
I get it. I get it. But to me, I have a saying: I dare to be great. To me, Zubac is daring to be good, and I'd rather dare to be great. And if it doesn't work out, I'm not looking for a single here. I'm playing for the NBA. I'm playing for the NBA championship. I'm not playing to get to the second round. I'm trying to hit a home run.
What did you think of the Porzingis deal?
Okay, I can answer this. Look, I've always really liked Porzingis a lot as a player, but I feel like at this point in his career, now there's someone who I would not have touched.
Right,
because
I agree.
I think something's really wrong with him.
Yeah, I do too.
Like I feel horrible, but I think he has a physical ailment which is extremely serious. Extremely serious. So I don't think we're ever going to see him play many games ever again. I mean,
I'm with you.
I think his career is done. So that to me is not Anthony Davis. To me, Anthony Davis, he turned in the slum, Anthony, going for a rebound. I mean, he got hit oddly by a ball and it tore the. I mean, that could have happened to anyone theoretically.
I mean, look at it. It's crazy. Marvin Bagley.
Anthony, they literally gave up nothing. So this is why, again, I need you to find this out for me. You got to find out the reason on why they could have had this guy. They basically said, thanks, but no thanks. I mean, this is like you're pursuing a girl forever. She's finally, but doesn't have her boyfriend. She's looking great. And she's like, you're just like, nah, no interest. I just don't understand it, but
my man, we got a nice guy here at the Parx Casino Sportsbook. Say hello to the brain. You can wave on the camera. How you doing?
How are you?
Handsome fella right there. Love it. So you have a good luck tonight, baby. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Good to see you.
For real.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
I go way back.
It's my man right here. See you, babe. So I always love being here, I love people.
Yeah, I know you do. Love it about you.
I like, it's like you. You're the same way. You just got that great, we love people. I don't know, brother. I agree with you, man. You're spot on. I don't get it. How about Vucevic going to the Celtics?
Well, no. First of all, Anthony, it's funny. God, it's funny. God, how many years ago? Because I remember when I was season ticket holder for the Sixers. I remember watching Vucevic out of USC, watching him as a rookie here. And I kind of always liked his game. Thought he was a nice, that Rick Smits kind of style, like just a nice player, had nice touch. Supposedly, I read Boston offered. I don't know if I heard this is. They offered 2 number ones in Vucevic to get Zubac. I think Vucevic is a good NBA player. I actually am surprised how little he's thought of in the league. I don't overrate him, but I think he's a solid NBA player.
Yes. Yeah.
And he what he is, what I like about him is a guy, again, I'm looking at stats. He's shooting 84 from the line, close to 40 from 3, 51 from the floor. Gets 9 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, I sometimes people always focus on what someone doesn't do versus what they do.
And he's a pick and pop player too.
Yeah. And I just, I'm just surprised that he has gotten that little regard, for what he for what he's brought to the table, because he's, look, he's old. He's played 14 years, but you want to look at his basketball reference stats, Anthony. You want to talk about a consistent player.
Yeah.
I mean, he does the same thing every year, and he's very, very solid. I thought it was a good move for Boston. And again, what they gave up Simons, whatever, good 6-man. But yeah, I think it was worth a shot for them. But again, for Boston too, I'll say the same thing I said for the Sixers.
Yeah, but Anthony Davis,
for Anthony freaking Davis.
Yeah.
Like I'll say this for any team, Anthony, they could have afforded it. You want to say maybe a team like Cleveland, I could see maybe because they have Allen and Mobley, maybe they would maybe do much duplication. But if I was the Pistons, to go with Durant, I would have certainly taken a chance. And maybe they're playing so well they don't mess up their chemistry. But if the Knicks could have found a way, salary-wise, Anthony, I don't know their team well enough to know salary-wise who's making what. The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yes.
Definitely taking a chance. Here's a team that's really good. They've lost in the conference finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They didn't come close winning either one of them. They have a dynamite player in Edwards. They have some other really good players. That's a difference maker. I would have said, listen, that could have been to me Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal when the Heat won the championship. He would have been the Shaquille O'Neal role, and him being that to me is exactly what that would have been. Shaq was past his prime, but still great. Davis past his prime, still great. And if Wade didn't get him, he wouldn't have won that title.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why these teams. Sometimes it befuddles me.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
You got to find it out for me, Anthony. That is.
I will.
Christmas
I
wish.
will. I will
it
find it out. I texted some people. I will get an answer. I promise.
I just need to know why he was so. No one. And again, the only answer I'll be able to handle is he wasn't going to play this year.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming he is, but I'll accept the fact that he's really just has a really bad finger and can't play. Then I'll.
But wouldn't you be shocked at that? Like I don't know.
Yes.
Finger, right? Like
yes.
So I'm with you.
I think he could play, and I just it's funny, Anthony. It's amazing how people, the saying like something can become like reality, like perception can become reality. I think because the Luka trade was so horrific, it almost poisoned the name of Anthony Davis, where it wasn't his fault he got traded in the worst trade ever. It's not his fault that there was one person on the planet, one on the entire planet, that thought that was a fair move.
Yeah.
And he just happened to be the general manager for the Mavericks. But I feel like
you know what's great about that guy is that when he
Nico?
gets he's the worst. So when they got the number 1 pick and they got Cooper Flag, you see
that he deserved to lose his job.
I know. Like, are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here. You got lucky on the lottery. You see. Get out of here. Crazy.
He ruined. Listen, he set that franchise back years and years and years. But I mean, to me, again, I think that Davis, because he was in that trade, I think it sullied his name in a weird way, where people were just like, Anthony, how could someone want? And he's in. I mean, I just think it almost started belittling what's a first ballot Hall of Fame career that this guy's had. And I think it kind of has gotten a little overshadowed because of how bad that trade was and just the way everything went down. And he has gotten hurt. Listen, I get all the warts with Anthony Davis, but it's like I always say, Anthony. It's funny. There used to be there was a big contest in Vegas, ran in the hotel. It was you pick 5 games each week, and the name of the T-shirt which says "Good teams." Like good teams win, great teams cover. I would say good teams win, great teams cover.
Yeah.
But for me, like I bet numbers, not players or teams. And this Anthony Davis thing is a perfect example. You can hate Anthony Davis and scream to the moon that was the worst trade ever, which I did on that Luka Doncic trade. You could say he's injury prone. You could say he's past his prime.
Yeah.
But for that asking price, if you aren't shopping there at the Five Below store, shame on you.
I agree, man. I think you're right. I think you're right on. All right. Anything tonight that you like before we get started?
Well, it opened at 3, but even at 4.5, I still do lean bet. It opened 3 I really liked it, but The Rockets are playing the hottest team in the NBA, actually. And I did bet, by the way, 2 days ago, the Hornets at 17-1 to win the division. They're only 3.5 back. And they
and they're a good
great
team. Guess
they
what?
are a good
They're
team,
not
but
bad.
they're playing well. But I do think the Rockets laying 4.5. I thought the line should be 5.5. I think the Rockets, after that getting embarrassed yesterday versus the Celtics, I think they come back, get a win over a very hot Hornets team. But I'll be rooting for the Hornets because that 17-1 bet I made, I think that was very tasty. They're only 3.5 behind a Orlando team that can't win without Wagner, a Miami team that stinks. They're the best team in that division. My handicap is 3.5 behind, but I have 35 games left.
And you're getting
I'm going to call right now.
1. Yeah.
I think I'm going to win the bet, and I'm going to 17. Now, it went in one day. It went from 17-9 because they won and the other teams lost. But because they were 4.5 behind when I made the bet.
Right.
I think it's a good bet. And then also Nurkic, Anthony, of the Utah Jazz. By the way, Jazz next year, that's going to be my team. I think the Jazz next year will win 45-plus games. Calling that one right now.
Wow.
Yep, 45. You heard it. They're going to win 25 this year. They'll be this year's Toronto Raptors. They're going to be good.
What do you like about them?
Well, first of all, Keontae George has been phenomenal. He's averaging like 25 and 7 this year. Markkanen is Markkanen's become a true star. I mean, he's averaging 30. He's unstoppable.
Dude, you remember I wanted him so bad for the Sixers.
He's terrific.
I love Lauri Markkanen. I wanted him when he was in Chicago. I kept saying, I want Markkanen.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And they have those two. They're going to have Walker Kessler, who I think is a top 5 young big in the NBA. I mean, he's terrific. He just got injured, unfortunately, but there's a guy that could. You talk about someone who's he's the best shot blocker in the league after Wemby. I think he's incredible. To me, he's better than Zubats, and you saw what Zubats got in the trade. And they're going to have Jaren Jackson Jr. now. I really think this team. I love the Jaren Jackson trade. Ace Bailey is a good, decent young player, and they're probably going to get a top 7 pick in the draft on top of it. Again, I'm calling it right now. This team is zooming past 25, zooming past 30, zooming past 40. I feel calling Mark Zumoff. And they're going to go right to 45 plus wins. This is going to be the team next year. Put it in magic marker.
I like it. I like it a lot. That's great. All right.
But Nurkic over 9.5 rebounds, Anthony. When he gets 30 minutes a game, and he's been getting that his last 15 games, he's 12-4 to the over, getting double-digit rebounds. He's going to get the rebounds. Limited roster right there right now with Utah. Nurkic will get his 10 rebounds.
Yeah, it's the Hawks, too. You got to board on the Hawks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good play, man.
It is a good play.
What do you think of Embiid tonight? Here's my case for Embiid. I don't know what his total is. 28, 29?
I'll bring it up right now because I don't want to guess. But I think that he's been playing so well, Embiid.
Probably somewhere between 27
I think it's going to be
29.
I think it's going to, I think it's probably going to be more like 28, 27. It is 28.5. 28.5. You called it, Anthony. 28.5.
So here's what I would say. The reason why I like Embiid's over is he loves to play in LA. This is like one of those showcase days for him. And they got nobody can guard him.
Correct. Yeah, the line, look, it's funny. The Sixers.
He may score 40 tonight.
I've been betting, Anthony. I've been betting a lot on the Sixers overs, like season wins, because if you can now bet these things after every day. I bet a lot over 43.5, a lot over 44.5. I have a lot on it. It's a pretty big position for me. And because they're basically saying they just have to go 500 from this point on. And the Paul George thing, not that I'm happy that it happened, but the way I would trade Paul George being out for the way Embiid's playing right now. Now,
yes,
which is why again, I hate going back to this stupid Davis thing. But we don't know, Anthony, if Embiid's going to give us 5 good years or 5 good games. So I'm trying right now to maximize whatever I can squeeze out of him when he's playing well. And the best way to do that is surrounding him by other great players. I can't get off it. I'm sorry.
You're the greatest. All right, let us go.
But that line I think is 3.5, Anthony. I'll double check right now. But I think the Sixers were 3.5. Let me just double check, see if it's still on. Yep, they're 3.5 point dogs still. So I think it's the right number. I lean Sixers though.
I would lean Sixers. I could see a big night from Embiid. I see Luka going off because they can't stop him. That guard spot, that's where Tyrese, they're playing off him. So I could see Doncic having a night. I see Embiid having a night.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's kind of how I'm looking at I always like to look at the game, see, who I think
of course.
is gonna step out. All right, let's get to the props. All right, because we both just so we recap, in case you missed last week's episode, we both love under Seattle's team total.
That's my biggest bet of the thing by a million. I have a lot of money.
Has it moved at all?
No, this is actually a really big bet for me. I have a lot of money. This bet's going to. If I win this bet, I'm going to win for the day. If I lose this bet, I'm going to lose for the day. It doesn't mean it's how I do on all the other bets. Yeah.
Wow.
This is the bet I kind of want to my ride or die bet. And if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to take it up to what and live with it. And if I'm right, I'll have I always eat my cake, but in this case I'll eat my cake and eat it too. But I really do think that I feel very comfortable that New England's defense, barring. And this can happen. Tom Hanks said, no crying in baseball. Look, there can't be crying in sports gambling. Rashid Shaheed is good enough to return a kick for a touchdown. Drake May could throw a pick six. There could be a fumble. There can be and listen, things can happen where I could be on the right side and get the wrong result because of just, stuff that normally doesn't happen in a game. But if I get a relatively clean game where there's not a punt return for a touchdown, kickoff return, et cetera, I really think this is going to be Anthony, my comp for this game is that Rams Patriots game from that horrible Super Bowl from 4 years ago.
14-3.
Or 6 years ago. How many years it was?
Yeah, 14-3 was the final score.
It was probably 7 years ago. I don't know how many years ago it was.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it was that was probably the worst Super Bowl for a close game. That was just bad. And I think this game is not. I think it's going to be a boring kind of game. I do, because I think both defenses are going to have their way, and I think it's going to be low scoring. I do like under 45 and a half. I like that as well, obviously, but it comes down to this, Anthony. I know I said this in the show. I think these teams are even. So I would personally rather take the team total under and it's 45 and a half right now on the Parx site. I'd rather take the team total under where I think these teams are 50-50. I'd rather just give me Seattle's under. By the way, if New England was 25 and a half, I'd be saying the same thing.
Sure.
But
sure.
They're making New England like 20 and a half. And to me, these teams are even. I do like New England with the points. I think New England's going to win. I think it's going to be very close. Very close. I told you, I think I'd go 2016 New England. If I have to give a score, that's the score I'll give, 2016 New England. But I do not think that Seattle's getting the 27. I bet under 13 and a half in the first half, but under 25 and a half in the game. And if I lose these two, well, just know this. For everyone following me, I put my money where my mouth is. The rubber bands came off for this one. And I like the play a lot. And it's funny, Anthony, I love it when we do this stuff organically. We spoke last week, and I think you just threw it out there to me.
Yeah.
And it hit me like a thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's the play.
Yeah.
That's right. This is it.
Yeah.
I don't have to go any further. He just gave me the answer to the test. And if I'm wrong with it, I'm very comfortable with it because, as I said, having followed these teams all year, as good as Seattle's offense has been, to me, it's an offense that can be stopped if they face a good defense. And I watched the Colts, who don't even have a great defense, completely stop them at the end of the year. And I just think that the way New England's defense is playing right now, they're a top 5 defense. And I think that we're going to get a conservative game plan from both these teams, especially Seattle. I don't think Seattle's looking to pass the ball 40 times here. And what's an under's best friend is running the ball. And I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. And I really think Seattle's not going to score those 27 points.
Yeah, I see the same thing, man. I just look at it and I go, it's going to be the clock's going to be moving in this game. Like you could see against the Rams, you could smell those kinds of games, right? The Patriots don't play those types of games, and
Right.
the matchup, what I like is New England inside can take advantage of the Seattle interior offensive line. So they're going to crash down on the guards. I think they're going to, like Milton Williams. Like I think they're going to pressure Darnold, and I do think I could see him turning the ball over.
Yeah, 27 is a big number.
Like I see him turning the ball over more than Drake May.
Yeah, again, for everyone who just doesn't want to mess with the team total like that, whether it's not as fun or they're like, okay, well, Brad, who do you like in the game? New England. New England's I think they're getting 5 right now, if I'm not mistaken, on the Parx site. I'll check that out real quick for everyone. But yeah, it's 4.5, but you can make it whatever you want. That's what's great about the Parx site. You can make it 5.5, you can make it 6.5, you can make whatever the heck you want. But even at 4.5, again, I think this game, in my opinion, is literally take a coin or go to Bet Parx, bet on blocker, red, and roulette, take off the 2 greens. Because I don't think this to me is 50-50. I think they're every bit as good New England. I think they're getting way too little respect. And I think as much as I like Darnold and Seattle, I think they're now being overrated. That's just my opinion.
Do you think you expect any more movement by Sunday?
No, I think it's going to sit in between this. No, what I will say is here's where I think there could be some movement. Okay. Right now on the Parx, it's minus. It's actually minus 230 plus 180. But like, what people like to do is they like to bet, especially come game time, Anthony, the average recreational bettor. What do they like to do?
Over.
They like to bet a little to win a lot. So they say, I like New England, but give me the point. Give me the money line. I want the money line. I don't want the points. I want to get like 2-1 if they win the game. So I think you're going to eventually see the money line maybe creep down.
Okay.
Only because it's recreational money. This is what usually happens for the Super Bowl. Recreational money wants to bet the underdog to win outright, just to get that 2-1 payday as opposed to the minus 110, where it's like, yeah. I'd rather get the bigger payday.
Do you see?
So that's what I think is going to happen. I did not bet the money line, but I don't need to because I have a big position on New England to win the game. I bet both these teams to win the Super Bowl, but I have a lot more on New England than I had on Seattle. So because part of that being the odds were higher. I'm letting it ride because I'm not laying 2-1 in the game that I think is 50-50.
Yeah. It's sound logic.
Yeah.
What's the latest on that Seattle safety?
Yeah. No, you're talking about.
I saw Yuri.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think he's linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's supposed to play. He's supposed to play. I believe. Yeah. Oh, he's a safety. I'm sorry. Why is that? Oh, he is a safety. My bad, Anthony. Yeah,
That's
he tweaked his ankle. And they said he walked over. There's nothing major. I think he's going to be fine. I think it's a low ankle sprain, Anthony. A low ankle sprain, which is the quote unquote good injury, so to speak. So I think he's going to be okay. Like I don't want anyone, even though I'm rooting for New England to win. I don't want anyone. I'm not a player. I feel bad when guys get injured. I'm always like fans just watching the game. Man, these guys work all year to get to this game their whole lives, and if they get a fluke injury on something, I never want to see that. I hope everyone's healthy, everyone plays well, everyone no injuries to anyone because I that makes me sad. So hopefully he plays.
Wari is a good player, so
he's going to come second in Rookie of the Year, Anthony.
Yeah,
he's going to be second after Carson Schwarzenegger for the Browns. He's going to come second in Rookie of the Year. It's had a heck of a season.
Yes. All right. Let's get to this piece of it. Props.
Yeah.
All right, because this is always the fun time, the props and everything else. So I'm going to go through. We'll have some fun. I'll give you the novelty ones, and again, we know that you're not, that you're going to be judicious in what you play.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so we'll just have some fun. All right. MVP. So you took a stab on a pizza bet.
I did.
Which I loved what you did. You went Christian Gonzalez
I did.
at plus what, 50,000?
It was 200 to 1. 200
to 1.
Yeah.
He's now, what is he, 100 to 1 here? I got it right here.
I haven't seen that.
So here at Parx, he is, I got him on my phone in here. This is an anytime scorer. Here's your MVP. MVP. He is 150 to 1.
Yeah.
And you got him at 200 to 1. Hey, 150 to 1.
I still would have done it.
Yeah.
I did. Listen, I put in some big bets in these things. This is a tiny bet for me. But again, the good thing is when you're getting 150, 200 to 1, you don't have to bet a lot, and again, I'm not looking just to throw money away, Anthony. You know this about me. And I said to myself, how can this bet win? Well, I fiercely believe this is going to be a low-scoring game. So I think that when you have both quarterbacks are going to be obviously the massive favorites to win MVP. Clearly, they're going to be the guys who are the crazy favorites.
Darnold's plus 125 is the favorite. Right. Drake May is plus 215.
Right.
Smith and Jigba is plus 500.
Right. So, Anthony, let's look at it. Those guys are taking up, literally, they're taking up like 80-some% of the pie. Those guys, right? Without exaggerating, 85% of the pie are going to those three players. So it's like, and I say to myself, I personally think this is going to be a low-scoring game. That's going to be hard for points to be scored. And I don't think we're going to see gaudy numbers from Darnold or from Drake. Okay, no. I don't think either player is going to have gaudy numbers. And here's the thing with JSN. Now, and then look, I know when I do that show with you with Jeff Schwartz, and he talks about
I do a show on Fox with Jeff Schwartz, and the brain is always on the national show on Saturday mornings.
Yeah. And Jeff was talking about, because I said to him, because Jeff, look, he played the game. He obviously knows it.
Yeah.
He played the level like him. He knows he's in those rooms, those meeting rooms. He sees what the coaches are saying. I don't have that, so he has great insights that I can only dream of. But he was saying, remember Anthony was talking about like the way they scheme JSN around the field. He goes, you think you could just take the guy out, but he goes, it's not as simple as that. You know, and so because as a layman, I'm just like,
you're gonna let this guy beat you again,
right? Yeah, exactly. But when I'm looking at this, Anthony, I'm like, to beat this team, what would I want to do? Because I followed Seattle all year because of these stupid bets I had in. I watched every one of their games, Anthony. Every single week you heard me Seattle. So I really have followed them, and I'd say having watched them and why they've been so successful. Great defense, very strong commitment to the running game. Can I stop the running game? Yes, I can. New England's run defense is excellent. Then I say, it's weird. For a team that has been top 3 in the league in points scored, they're like a one-trick pony. They throw to one guy. And I'd say, all right, you know what then? I need despite what Jeff says, I just want to put 2 guys in this guy. Wherever he's going, our boxing one defense, right? Zone, but one guy's always going to follow the guy.
Yeah, you're going to bracket. I just
don't want to see his name.
You're going to bracket. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see his name called. I don't want to hear his name the entire game. I just want the PA announcer to say everyone else's name other than Jackson Smith and Jigma.
Yeah.
And I'd say, or give me a dynamite corner that could be Champ Bailey, that could be Darrelle Revis. Now, do we have anyone that in today's NFL? Maybe Surtain. I don't know anyone's ever that lit, but if it's, I think Gonzalez is top 5. So I think I have a guy that can at least make his life more difficult. So I said to myself, okay, if they slow JSN down, maybe I get a lucky interception. And look, anytime you get interceptions, it's lucky, right? I don't care. You shouldn't get an interception. But if he can get a pick, because they're throwing at JSN all the time, and he gets an interception and JSN, as opposed to his normal 10 for 130, let's suppose he comes in at like 5 for 58, right? And New England wins the game 17-13. Gonzalez gets a pick. He holds the guy, their all-world receiver, to his lowest stats of the year. I'd say,
MVP.
okay, 1 in 200 chance.
We're going to
That seems
Disneyland
a
with
lot
Kevin
more
McGandhi. Yeah,
realistic than that.
I'm with you. I love it. I actually love it. All right. Let me throw this one at you.
Yep.
All right. Jersey number of the first touchdown score, over 10.5, under 10.5.
Over 10.5 and over 10.5.
Over, under.
Okay. Of the jersey number.
Oh, yes. Over 10.5 jersey number, minus 160. Under 10.5, plus 120.
Right here, give me a second. Give me a
So
second. See, this
over would be,
I've done this before, and I should have
Yeah.
done this because I remember I've done this bet. I've actually done well in the past. I've not done it this year. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
over
you're
10.5, under
running
10.5.
the numbers.
Okay. Well, let's think of it, Anthony. Right now, you had Charbonnet had okay. See, Charbonnet's out, so those probably go to Walker.
Walker's under.
All those, and isn't Walker number 9?
He's 9. He's 9.
Oh, he's okay. He is 9. Okay, so this Seattle team running the ball had 19 touchdowns. Charbonnet 12, Walker 5, Holani 1, AJ Barner 1. Okay, so basically, though, most of them. Here's a team that you're probably getting 17 touchdowns out of that under spot, and then passing. Darnold had 25 touchdowns, and I look at it. Walker had none. Charbonnet had none. So it looked like all the touchdowns probably went to guys who were over that number, correct?
Yeah, Barner, Smith, and Jigba, except Cup. Because
Cup's 10.
Yes. And it's
Okay,
10.5.
Cup had 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Anthony, let's just say out of 40, let's call it out of about 40, 42 touchdowns, you're probably getting a split here. I'm just doing the math on it, guys. Maybe 19 to 23 for the over. So 23-19 to the over. So now when I go to New England, I say, okay, they had 22 rushing touchdowns. May had 4. What's he, number 10, May?
Yeah.
And then, okay, 2 guys were out for the year. Gibson and Jennings had 1 each. And then Stevenson had 7 and Henderson had 9. Now, I think Stevenson's number, what, 30? Isn't it?
Yeah.
38? He's 38.
One's 30,
and Henderson,
one's
I
35.
think, is. Okay, yeah. So both those guys are overs. May is an under. And then receiving wise, Diggs is number 8, though, right?
Yes.
And I think Booty's number 9. Am I wrong? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Booty's 9.
He's single digits.
So you actually are getting a couple. I mean, you're getting
a couple. You got a shot.
I mean, it should be an over. I mean, what's the juice on the over? 160?
Minus 160.
I mean, to me, it looks like it's probably like on the Seattle side, the under is a good bet, but on the New England side, the over is a good bet because when you look at the unders, you're really only getting Drake May, who had 4,
and Diggs,
and you're getting Booty.
Oh,
so
Booty
you're getting like 14 touchdowns out of the basically 50 they scored. So you're only getting about 30% of them there. I think it actually add them up together. It should be minus 230. There should be minus 120. It should probably be about minus 170 is what I show. You said it's minus 160. It's probably pretty close to the right number, my friend. It looks like it's pretty efficient to me, but the math of it shows it should be an over.
Total players to have a pass attempt, 2.5 plus 160.
The under or the over?
To the over, plus 160.
Yeah, you see it now again. New England hasn't had anyone all year throw a pass, Anthony.
Right.
Okay, no one. Now, Seattle has only had Cooper Kupp throw 1 pass. I'm talking now Drew Lock came in, in garbage time. I mean, I guess Kenny Pickett last year came in the last play, whatever. But to me, I would absolutely be on the under here. I don't think we're going to get one of those trick plays where some guy throws the ball. I think barring an injury to the quarterbacks, this is a stone cold under.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. All right. What else we got? How about let's look at this one. The passing props, Sam Darnold 231, Drake May 222. I like under both of them.
Yeah, Anthony, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Look, well, this is a low number for May. I mean, like I would, out of the two, I prefer Darnold's under more because I still look. May to me was been right up there as MVP in the league. Now again, and his numbers lower on top of it. Darnold, I don't know. It's like I like both guys unders. I don't think either guy is going to go over. I agree with that. I like everything in this game under, Anthony. There's really no player except for the tight ends, which we haven't got to, Anthony.
Right? Yeah.
That's really about the only overs I like in this game. Everything else to me, it's going to be like you're going to think I'm like a parrot repeating something. I just think this is going to be that low-scoring Rams-Patriots game.
Dude, I see
17-13. I think it's going to be just a low-scoring slogfest.
Yeah, I do too. It's like all these things, right? These props.
There's a million of them, man. You could.
I know.
You can't. I mean, honestly, it's like there's literally thousands of them.
Look at this one's interesting. Hunter Henry or Jackson Smith and Jigba. 125 or 100 plus yards is minus 118. I mean, these things are crazy. I don't like any of that.
Yeah, Hunter Henry's not getting 100 yards.
No, I don't think. I think
that's
Smith and Jigba's not. I don't think he's getting it either.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting it either. Yeah, exactly. I don't think either guy's getting it.
Yeah.
I don't think either guy's getting it.
Rushing props. Kenneth Walker 74.
And
Ramondre
this
51.
Yeah. This was my favorite. When this opened, I called every guy I work with. I'm like, it was 84.5. I go, this has 0.
Oh my God, it was 84?
84.5. I go, this bet has no chance. It
dropped 10 yards. Wow.
I said I made it 69.5 in my numbers. I thought it would be 73, 74, but I made it 69.
Wow.
Kind of like if I would have made it 69, but I thought it would come in at low 70s. When I saw 84, I'm like, this is just, I was able to get some, but it just, I mean, it was just a bad number.
Yeah, man. Ramondre 51. I think he's under that.
Yeah, Seattle's so good against run. I did bet Ramondre over 2.5 receptions, Anthony. I know it's one of your favorite bets.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
I bet over 2.5 catches. I laid $1.40-ish, but I don't. It's now up to 3.5, but I did get 2.5. To me, again, I'll be very surprised if Stevenson doesn't get 3 catches.
Yeah, I love. I'm with you. I like his yardage too. So here's the yards, the receiving yards. Hunter Henry, who we like, is at 40.
I mean, I think Henry has would maybe the guy that I think on the entire team. And actually, Anthony, right now it's down to 37.5. Best number in the world is at Parx. Anthony, best number in the world.
Would you
has a lower number than Parx.
Would you do a ladder play?
I don't mind it, Anthony. I don't mind it. Again, when I think of the teams that have success, you're like, it's hard to pass on this Seattle team, but they have been susceptible. I know you went over it last week, and you were really astute and good at it. You were saying how both these teams have had troubles against the tight end and have had games where they were giving up decent player yardage to the tight end. Henry's a good player. I think he's in on almost every play. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blink an eye if he's the leading receiver for this team. Would not blink an eye. And I do think looking at the yardage for JSN's, I think around 94 yards. I think that's too high, but he's so freaking good. But I don't know.
AJ Barner's 25.
Yeah, I mean, look, we talked about this, Anthony. I think that's too low.
Yeah,
I do, and again, Barner is their second leading receiver.
Yeah,
he's their second.
Yeah.
Let me say this again, Anthony. He's their second leading receiver. And Anthony, I mean, he's averaging 28 yards a game. That's not a ton. I get it, but it's more than 24. And I just think, and a matchup wise, I thought that should have been 27 and a half, 28 and a half. So I do think there's a little bit of value with Barner.
So let me throw this at you. So the over-under yardage for George Holani is 8 yards. Now,
receiving or rushing?
Receiving.
Okay.
Now, he caught 3 for 27 last week.
I bet Holani over 1.5 catches.
Yeah. I like Holani over, because here's the thing. I think, how much you're going to obviously try to get, Walker into everything, but you got to give him a break, get him off the field. So Holani is, I think, live at receiving yards.
But I show it's up to 11.5 now, Anthony. I got that up.
Oh, okay.
Holani, are you looking at an old sheet? Because
maybe
Holani got moved up. Like some sharp professional groups gave out his overs for his receiving specifically.
Oh, okay. Then I'm with you.
Yeah, so you're thinking the way they're thinking. And Anthony, he was in at about a third of the snaps. They took Walker out on a lot.
You
of
have to. Yeah.
And so, I think Holani gets his 2 catches.
Yeah, I'm with it. And Travion is not Travion. Ramondre is 25 yards. I love that.
Yeah, Ramondre's just been such a, and actually, I 23 and a half. I think 23 and a half. You can, like, he to me he's going to be involved, right? Even if he can't run the ball, like
he
wants the ball.
Is because they're not going to be able to throw against that secondary.
Right.
Here's the thing. This sounds stupid, but it's such a ridiculous price. Ramondre to get 60 receiving yards.
I don't think it's ridiculous. It is a lot. But I don't think it's ridiculous.
Plus 750.
Yeah, that again. Think about that. Again, I always say, look, kind of like the Christian Gonzalez thing we were talking about, right?
Right.
You say to yourself, how's New England going to win? They're not going to win running the ball.
No.
They're just not. We know that. And they don't really have the receivers to make them. Although I think they are decent. I think
they're all right. Diggs is all right.
And I think all their guys like Kyle Williams. I like all their guys to a certain level. Yeah. But to me, the guy who's playing the best for them right now is Stevenson. And
right.
I'd want the ball in his hands. I'd be like, listen, you make plays. You're and with those kind of odds, it's like, why not?
Right. Why not? It's just like, could I see
Anthony,
5 catches?
Anthony, you could take him getting 40 yards at 3-1. I like that even better.
Yes.
Because 40 is that's really doable.
Yes.
Like that's really doable.
Yes.
60 is a really big number. I'd rather be a little less greedy, take 3-1 on the 40, because I could easily see a 5 for 43. I think that
totally.
When I say easily,
you're
easily.
right. Yeah, I'm with you.
60 he can do, but 60 he made
it's
really.
A lot.
That's a really big number. But I think the 40 is very reasonable. And it's nothing crazy where he has to make some 28-yard catch to get there.
Yeah. All right, let me throw you a couple fun things. Geez, I don't like any of this stuff. Hunter Henry to have 3+ receptions in each half. That is interesting.
But Anthony, it's that bet. It's funny. Those bets always seem easier than they are. And what I mean by that is,
you'll see 3 catches is a lot.
And you won't even realize he had 5 in one, 2 in the other.
I agree.
They always seem easier than they are.
Yes. You're right. That's great. What are we at? Matt Collins to have 2 catches. Yeah, I don't like any of this stuff because I think you and I both like unders.
I like the unders, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, what is AJ Barner to get like 4 catches? Is that up there, Anthony?
Yeah, let's look at this. AJ Barner.
You get 4.
To get.
Oh, he's plus 163. I'm looking right now.
I mean,
And
dude.
he's plus 350 to get 5. Maybe I'd probably take a chance on Barner to get 4 catches plus 163 because
I agree.
I really think that JSN usually gets his 10 catches a game. I think he's going to lose a few. Who do those go to? I think he's the most likely beneficiary is him. And I think maybe his catches should go up 1. And because I like the over 2.5, I take a shot in the over 3.5, getting odds. So maybe you average out. If you bet 2.5 and 3.5, you're basically taking over 3. I don't mind that. That's how I would play it because I think he's the most likely guy to benefit from JSN being potentially slowed down a little bit.
All right, let's have some fun with this. This is great. The NBA versus NFL specials. All right.
Okay.
Which will be greater? Drake May rushing yards
It's like 37.
or Anthony Edwards PRA?
Oh, yeah. Well, there. Okay. Well, here I'll bring up Anthony Edwards' stats. Edwards probably averages like
That's an interesting.
20. No, he's okay. Edwards. Yeah, I mean Edwards is averaging 30, 5.3 rebounds, 3.7 assists. So Edwards is actually averaging 9. He's actually around 39. I like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, because he's not going to run a lot.
Yeah, I like Anthony Edwards. Who's Anthony Edwards playing against?
Clippers.
Yeah, give me Anthony Edwards. I'll give that as a play.
All right, I like that, brother. I like that a lot.
I think it's a way of getting Drake May probably under 39.5, getting a free couple yards. When I already like under anyway for him. So I think that's worth a bet, Anthony.
Which will be greater, Smith and Jigba's catches or Jaylen Brown's rebounds?
Jaylen Brown, I think it's like 6.5 rebounds. Let me look that up. No, I think now here's the thing. JSN has been. It's just so hard to fade that freaking guy.
I know.
Jaylen Brown's averaging 7 rebounds this year, Anthony. 7 rebounds. So
all right, here's one.
7.
Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, how about this one? Keyshawn Booty's catches or Jaylen Brown's 3-point field goals made against the Knicks?
Now, Booty is probably, 2.5 catches? Let me look it up. He's probably going to be 2.5. It has to be 2.5. I have to be right on this. He is 2.5, juice to the under. And you said Jaylen Brown 3-pointers made?
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown is averaging, let me bring out how many 3-pointers Jaylen Brown averaging. He's probably averaging, let's see what he's averaging, Jaylen Brown. It has to be, I guess, 2 and change. Jaylen Brown's averaging 2.2. Yeah, Anthony, this is what's the juice on that?
Jaylen Brown is plus 130.
Yeah. I would lean Jaylen Brown side. I would lean Jaylen Brown because the fact it's plus 130. But in reality, Jaylen Brown's averaging 2.2. Booty, but the juice, they're basically saying his over-unders around 2.2. So if you're getting plus 130, it's actually probably worth a shot for Jaylen Brown.
All right, you ready? Here you go. How about this one? Mac Hollins receiving yards versus Kawhi Leonard's points.
Yeah, I mean, but that seems right. I mean, Hollins' is over under is 26.5. Kawhi. Now I'll say this. Actually, I'll tell you what, Anthony. I would actually take Kawhi here. And I'll tell you,
so would I.
27.5. And no James Harden. No Zubats. He's going to have to. I would actually say he's probably for this game. I'd probably make his over under closer to 29.5. I think that's a way, Anthony, of getting Matt Collins under 29.5 as opposed to 26.5. Yeah, give me Kawhi.
All right, you're like a master at this. How about the Patriots' points scored in the Super Bowl versus Carl Anthony Towns' points against the Celtics?
Okay, Cat is average. Patriots are 20.5. Towns is averaging 20. Tougher matchup against Boston. Man, I hate. I just hate Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I hate him too.
I sports hate him.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree.
I the Patriots 20.5. I lean under for them too. Quite frankly, I lean under for Towns. To me, that's a pass.
Rashid Shaheed's receiving yards versus Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed sitting at 21.5. Barnes, it's funny,
they're playing the Pacers. I like Scotty Barnes.
Barnes is averaging 19.5. See, Anthony, for this one, I'm going to go the other way.
Okay.
I'm going to go the other way. I don't trust Shaheed at all. Shaheed. See, Shaheed's the guy. I just don't trust Shaheed. I just couldn't back him. But I don't trust Barnes because that Toronto team's weird. Barnes, to me, is a great player. Great player. But he's not a dynamic scorer. I just think he's a great player. To me, that's a pass.
All right. These things are insane.
I know.
How about this? Look at this one. Drake May to throw 3+ TDs.
Oh.
Or Mbappe to score 3+ goals against Valencia.
Great one. What are the odds on that?
Plus 275.
You get who you get either or?
Yeah.
Wait, you get both those is a free thing? Like you get both guys, you're saying?
Yes. It's either Drake May to throw 3 touchdowns or Kylian Mbappe to score 3 goals against Valencia. Yes is plus 275.
Interesting, I think, because May in 20 games this year, he's done it 4 times. He's done it 4 times. So you're a 4-1 dog there. Not often Mbappe gets it. Now, obviously, this is a much harder.
Yeah.
Every now and then, right?
Yeah.
Much harder matchup against Seattle. I can't quite get there. I can't.
That's pretty good, though, right?
It's pretty good. It's a fun bet. I'll say that. But I can't get there.
I'll give you one more of these stupid bets. Drake May's passing touchdowns versus Man City's total goals against Liverpool.
Where's VG when I need him?
Right? I got to hit him with that tomorrow.
I mean, where the heck is VG when I need that man? Yeah, I mean, look, when I look at Drake May, Anthony, when I go down to 1.5, okay, he goes from 4-16 to 12-8. So that's a 60% bet. I wish I could comment enough on the Man City thing to give you a good answer, but I can't. By the way, Anthony, just quick question.
I got a good one for you. I got a great one for you.
Tell me.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Smith and Jigba receiving yards.
95.
Or Michigan's team total points against Ohio State. That's you. You're Michigan.
Michigan's team total against Ohio State is 95?
No, it's which one do you like? Smith and Jigba is minus 165. Michigan is plus 135.
I definitely like Smith and Jigba. And I don't like Smith and Jigba, but 95. That's I mean, that's how many times has Michigan scored 95 this year? I guess they score usually in the high 80s. Thing is, I don't like you know what? Let me take that back because I don't think JSN's have a great Michigan, TCU they score 67. Wake Forest they score 85
against Ohio State. They could put up 75 against Ohio State.
No, they put up more than right. Rutgers they score 101. Villanova they score 89. USC they score 96.
I like Michigan.
Michigan State they score 83. Nebraska they score 75. Indiana they score 86. Ohio State they played earlier. They beat them 74-62.
I gave you 75. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. That's a fun bet because with the juice it probably makes it very fair.
Yeah. All right, real quick, because we talked about the Anthony Davis thing.
Yeah.
Somebody just texted me they don't like him or want him.
Well, Wait, when you say wait, talking about the Sixers or that person?
Sixers.
Well, yeah, well they showed they didn't want him. I already knew that.
But they don't like
I know
him.
they didn't want him. But what I'm saying is, I know they didn't want him. That's clear because they could have had him.
All right. I also got an agent, and this another guy who's close to the team who said they don't like him. Another guy said Daryl Morey believes the team he has now will come out of the East if healthy.
These answers frustrate me, Anthony.
It honestly boggles my mind how Daryl makes decisions.
But Anthony, this is very frustrating.
That's the text I got. Wait.
But this really frustrates me because think about this: if he believes what he just said, then he's I shouldn't change his nickname or his last name from Morey to Mor something else with two last letters. But I'm not going to be mean. But because if he actually thinks that, then you have a chance to add an elite player for basically scraps. And you're saying if you
they don't like
the streets because you don't think your team has a chance. You're like, our team isn't good enough. I don't want to go up any first round picks because we're just not good enough. We just aren't good enough.
He must like Paul George over Anthony Davis.
Stop it. I can't listen.
Dude,
That's like saying, I can't listen to it. I can't.
This is
if we can't get past that,
if somebody's very close to the situation.
That they like Paul George better than Anthony Davis.
They don't like
him. I couldn't even go on to the next part of the.
Listen.
I would be so exasperated. I couldn't go on.
They don't like him, and they don't want him.
They proved it. Okay. When did
they don't like him?
I said a few things. I always say, when did field goals become cancer in the NFL? And I mean, when did that happen? And I didn't understand when did Anthony Davis become bad at basketball? You don't have to.
He believes.
You don't think of Luka Doncic for him. You don't think of a freaking Luka Doncic. You're getting him for nothing.
He believes.
Giving you as part of your Christmas gift.
I'm loving getting you nuts. He believes the team he has now will come out of the East if healthy. It honestly boggles my mind how Daryl makes decisions. That's an agent, friend of mine.
This one I just.
Yeah, cuz.
Again, if you had to pay full retail price, again, if you were to pay Tiffany's price for Anthony Davis, I'd shut up. When you pay a $5 and below price, and you're still saying no, that's where we choose in life to be consistent or we choose to be right. You don't like Anthony Davis. I'll respect you don't like him based on being traded for Luka Doncic. You think that's ridiculous. You think it's maybe ridiculous he got Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, and 8 number 1 picks. You don't think he's worth that. I'll give you that. I'll say, okay, he's maybe overrated what he's been traded for. But if you choose to be consistent that you don't like him, and that means you won't take him for free, then you shouldn't be running an NBA team. It's actually very upsetting.
I know. I love when you get mad. All right, real quick. Defensive props.
Okay.
All right. And then poor Julia, we gotta wrap up soon. Sacks. To record a sack.
Okay.
Lawrence is plus 114. Leonard Williams plus 178. I like that. Byron Murphy plus 222. Milton Williams plus 212.
Our old friend.
Yeah. Chase on plus 221.
Wait, what are the odds on what's his name to get a sack? Leonard Williams?
Plus 178.
Yeah, he's gotten a sack in 7 games this year, so that's pretty good.
And by the way, May's going to get sacked.
Yeah, Leonard Williams, like the math on that probably works in the favor of the yes. What's the next one?
Well, Lawrence is plus 114. Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy's plus 222. For the Patriots, Milton Williams
Lawrence
is plus 212.
Lawrence, wait, Lawrence is what? What is Lawrence?
plus 114. He's plus 660 to get 2 sacks. Look at that.
I mean, how many sacks did he have this year?
Milt is plus 1280 to get 2 sacks.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, not for nothing, but he could get home.
No, I'm not arguing with you. This year though, and yeah, Lawrence had the math, and that's about right. The math and that. I'll say this: when I've watched the Patriots this year, and I'm telling you, like, and look, the Eagles defense played really well this year. So I mean, that was not the reason they didn't succeed,
Right.
although they were a little disappointing against the 49ers. But I really, and look, maybe he got quote unquote overpaid. I don't know if he did or didn't, but it just seemed like when you watch the games, and I followed them, it just seemed to me like Milton Williams was, when there was a big play, he was there. Like he was just like, I felt like he was really a big part of their success in terms of making big plays. I like that guy. I like that guy.
He's got 2 sacks in the postseason.
Yeah, I'm saying he just seems like, he kind of seems like one of those guys.
No, I know. For him to have 2 sacks, that's a pizza bet. For him to have 2 sacks is plus 1280.
Yeah.
That's a pizza bet.
100%. Sure, why not?
Tackles. Let's see any good ones here. Christian Gonzalez, 5 tackles plus 127. Devin Witherspoon, 5 tackles plus 142.
You know, it's funny, and I'd really love to know, and again, this is where, again, if I wish I knew like one of the writers for the for New England in that area, because I'd love to know Vrabel, if obviously is disciple of Belichick. Belichick used to always just double the best receiver with 2 guys at all times and put his elite cornerback on someone else man on man and never help him out.
Except with this one, I think you're wasting Christian Gonzalez. You don't need anybody to cover Cooper Kupp, and you can just
right. That's my
guy.
right.
Yeah,
that's my point. So what I'm thinking is, I may like is over because.
Yeah, that's what I think. They're going to throw it at Smith and Jigman. He's
right. JSN throwing the ball to. I don't care.
Yes.
What is what?
That's an over piece.
And I think, Anthony, you're right. Like, to me, the problem would be if they went with the Belichick wing of, they don't need to do that. Or I'd put if you want to double him, I would put Gonzalez as one of the doublers.
Yes.
on JSN. I would never just put him on Cooper Kupp. To me, it would be a waste, as you said.
Yes. Yes.
So I think Gonzalez over tackles. If I'm thinking about this, like what do we think the way the game should play out?
Yeah.
He should be theoretically on JSN a decent amount. You know JSN's going to get double-digit targets. I mean, when he catches the ball, Gonzalez should be the guy to tackle him, right?
Yeah. All right, let me throw this at you real quick. Sam Darnold interceptions.
Now, I would take you know what, Anthony? I would maybe take an over 2.5 getting huge odds.
So here you go. If you took 2.5, over 2.5.
10-1.
10-1. Right on the money. Plus 1,000.
Yeah. And we've seen him implode, Anthony.
Yeah.
And it's funny, we've talked about him, and we probably ad nauseum. We've seen this guy implode before. I mean, he certainly has. Especially when things don't go well. As much as I'm happy for the guy, and he's give him credit, I could easily see where if they start off poorly, like the ghost coming out, so to speak. 10-1, not the worst thing. Maybe which 1.5? 3-1?
1.5 is plus 304.
Okay. I'd rather take the 1.5 at 304.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's 3 so many.
Yeah, 3, you're imploding.
But 2, you can get a garbage one at the end of the half where he's just throwing the ball in the Hail Mary. And then just won in the course of a game.
2's in play. 3-1. 2's in play.
For a guy that has shown
yes
that he could throw dumb passes with the best of them,
man.
Even now.
There you go. Give you food for thought, Brain. That's my job here. Every week when we convene.
Wait, by the way, Anthony, last thing real quick. I just have to say this. And I'm so happy he won his arbitration case, Creek Scooble, because with these rules, he was allowed to compare himself to any pitcher the way the rules were. If people want to read about this, I guess when you're up for arbitration, you usually can go how many years you pitched. But because he had multiple Cy Youngs, he was allowed to compare himself against any pitcher and any money they got. So they signed Framber Valdez to 3 years, $115 million, but they offer this guy $19 million.
Yeah, come on.
Out of all the stuff I've seen recently,
the dumbest thing in the world.
Making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly.
This to me, you're going to offer him $19 million. Yeah. You're going to pay Valdez $50 million.
Yeah.
He's 1/1,000,000th the pitcher, and you're going to sit and tell the arbitrator he deserves 19.
Yeah,
he won his case, obviously. Man.
I don't get it either. I think that's ridiculous, dude.
Daryl Morey doesn't want him either, by the way.
Here you go. You ready real quick?
Yeah.
Longest field goal made, 50.5.
50.5. See, it's interesting. Part of me, this is interesting, Anthony. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, so less chances. But on the same token, because I think there's a better chance team can get stopped.
They're going to kick field goals.
And I think Vrabel especially.
Yeah, he'll kick the field goal.
I'd be on the over.
Yes, sure you would. In fact, the number of field goals.
3.5.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. See, I think it'll be more field goals in this game than the average Bear. I think it's a field goal game, not a touchdown game.
If the Patriots kick 3 field goals, plus 263.
Yeah, I think this game's a field. I think this game's a field goal game, not a touchdown game.
Patriots score 16.
Under 25.5 Seattle, under 13.5 first half Seattle. That's going to, again, if I win those 2 bets, it's going to be a good Sunday for me.
Well, listen, you have a great – real quick, let's tell people that all these plays that we're doing –
on Parx.
Right. So if you just
100%.
$25, right? Each play.
Yeah, the season tickets.
Yeah, exactly. It gets you an entry into the Parx contest for the season tickets. It's a 27 season. What happens is each $25 bet you place on the big game will give you an entry. And afterwards, they're going to randomly draw 50 people. People will win Parx bonus bets. But one grand prize winner gets season tickets for the 27 season. If you're here, you got the birds. All right, you got to be 21, betparx.com. Read about it. Got all the details. You got to be in Pennsylvania, and the Birds or the Steelers, right? New Jersey, Birds, Michigan Lions, and Maryland Ravens. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, Brain, good luck to you, pal.
Appreciate it, buddy. Good luck to everyone out there.
You're the man.
Enjoy the Super Bowl, right. Anthony. Me and you, I'm giving you a virtual hug. I'm sorry the season's ending.
I know.
It
sucks.
And again, Anthony, if you would get in the room, if this is my Christmas present, I'll let you on this note. If you get in the room with Daryl, why do you think Anthony became bad at basketball?
Right,
what did he do that became bad?
I'm trying to get a hold of the eel and ask him.
Okay. I appreciate it. I'll stop bitching about it now.
All right.
Appreciate you guys.
We love you. All right.
Be good.
Got to thank Jules, who is terrific. And everybody, I hope you enjoy. We have a lot of fun just talking sports, Brain and I. So have a great night. We love you. We'll see you in the morning.
We all silly like the mayor.